complete the connection on your home to access the resource in your organization using the Huawei firewall SG 6030. So it to make firewall first. Step 1, you need to go to object and find the select navigate to the user and click on the authentication domain. So at here you need to define the one domain for your purpose. So here and for the testing, I just do the testing and click OK. And after that you will see the testing domain authentication here. And you can add the user, or you can create the group and add the or users to this group. Okay, allow. So now, for example, I just define the group 1, okay, and group 1, and click OK, and I create a user for the user 1. User 1 is display name. This claim you want to write something to remind you when you see this user. So at the user group, you can select to choose the group 1 that you created previously. Here is security group, but I'm not mention it here. I just to put the password. Please wait a bit. Enter the password. Okay. Okay. Here is the user attribute. You can export in time. I think I select the networks, and in what I can say it's no binding with the IP and MAC address or something like that. But I'm config here. Let's click OK. Okay. So now you have the one user in the group 1 in the domain testing. So here, if you have the authentication server, you can click here and create the Redis server and etc. So, but in this video, I'm not going to do this. I just to authentication in the local. So after you config add the user already, you go to the network, and navigate the SSL VPN. So and select SSL VPN. At here, you need to click add and give the name for the SSL VPN. So I just to put the name as testing as well. Okay, I click the share and access there. I mean share results, something like that. At here, you in the menu, or you want to public IP address, but then click the menu and enter the public IP of your they provided by the ISP. Okay. Run and okay. Here my public ISP, but I will hide this IP address for the privacy. And here is the port that's using for authentication with the SSL VPN server. So I'm changing this port to the another port to prevent the conflict with another switch in the firewall. So and using a 9999 something like this. Okay. Here is the domain name. A domain name your organization, and for here I just need example as well, example.com, and here is the client CA certificate. If you have the certificate, you can buy the third party something like that. But in here I'm not to config it, so and choose the none, and you can point your mouse version. You will so I mentioned it's none for the local or server location based on the domain name, specific the domain. Okay. Okay, anonymous certificate or certificate challenge, something like this, and etc. So at the authentication domain at here, you choose the testing authentication domain that we create already in the user navigate in the object and navigate in the right if left user at the previously. So and choose the testing for the education domain for the education domain. So here is the DNS that you needs to provide when the client authentication the VPN and successful is will use the DNS IP address for the translate the IP names to the IP address. So can you 1111 for the Cloudflare and this can DNS one is H as for Google is secondary DNS. So is here is the port is tunnel port, it's tunnel port, sorry, tunnel port, and here is the maximum tutorial user, maximum and the maximum conference user. Okay, here I can assign as maximum user as a 10 and concurrent user, maximum concurrent user is 10. The maximum total user is mean the new how many user that even how many user that they have for the ASL VPN, and the concurrent user is for the when you config at the same time, when you change something in the firewall at the same time, it's 10. Here is XT 100 after you config this SSL VPN. When you add the more SSL VPN is the minus follow what you config on the previous SSL VPN. So and go to the next here. So in this step is you need to select the SSL version for secure, but TLS 1.1 is not recommended because security risk. So recommended used to use the 1.2 above. Okay. After that, and here a system timeout is meant the term that you inactive when you connect the SSL VPN. Inactive the 5 minute is real timeout. Okay. Unrestricted life cycle is the life cycle. I mean, reconnect again after 1440. Okay, and you can click here is mean it's no need to reconnect again after this minute. Okay, and next. Here is service that you need to choose to what is purpose. Here the purpose my purpose here is like the network extension to use the VPN access the resource in internal using here in internet user access through the SSL VPN. Okay, and select the network extension and you can select the host check. But and not here, it's not required. Here is the IP address after you connect the SSL VPN. It's where it gives this IP address for your client. So I'm choosing 192.168.51 and 192.168.82 254. Okay, and /24. Yes, routing mode, and you choose the split routing mode and a full routing mode. You can read more on the Huawei document. After that, you configure already, and good job. Okay, so far so good. And go to the next mode. Here is the permission. Okay, here the list of the authorized role. Click the add here the default, but I'm not create the user and add the users to the default group. So I need to add the new. For example, for STL testing, okay. Associate a user group. You can select here and choose your group that you create. Okay, testing. Okay. And group one. If you select the testing is in and teach auto in group 1. If you have the group in under, you have the group 2, group 3 under the testing group, it will select all. But I want to specify the group 1 only. So, and click the group 1 and click OK. Here the check host check policy pass condition. Okay. Click OK. After you add the list of the authorized role, after you add already, it will automatically have the user or group list as well. So you can add a specific user. You can add a specific user, something like this. You can add here and name. Okay, name add a user one specific. What is your username? Testing group 1 and you user 1. Yeah, here testing user 1 at testing authentication domain. You can specify like this, but how to do this? I want to all the user under the group 1 and group 1 under the testing authentication domain can authentication to access SSL to access the resource. Okay, after you configure everything is good, so finish. Okay. Oh, I'm forgot to mention here. Oh, okay. I forgot to mention, but I will here. When you configure the SSL VPN, you need to allow the policy as well. So, go to the policy, and here you need to add. Okay, for example, you say something like this: SSL VPN, SSL VPN and client to server. Run to server, and here the secure policy group is you create, but is a tag that you can create the new one for the tag something like that, and etc. So I have the create one. I can click like this. So what is a source zone and destination zone? The source zone it means where it connects to the firewall. So it's mean the you allow the public to connect your as a VPN. So you need to untrust. Untrust is the it's mean the outside. Destination is mean go to inside. So destination is local. Okay? Local. Destination is local. You can specify source IP source address. Example, what is the public IP that client access? You can specify like this to prevent the all the IP address can access to your as a VPN. Okay, and destination as well. You want to specify, but and here I'm not going to specify here. A user you can add. Okay, and add user here and access mode device. What is only PC, mobile, and something like that, and service. What service? Okay, as we allow the port 999. Sorry, at what port at the moment? I'm forgetting. Okay, so at here I'm not this specific here. I allows any. So, but you when you configure SLVPN, you need to send I mean the outside to the local and outside to the trust, right? Because example why you need to policy in the Huawei firewall it have a special zone is a local, right? So I mean here is the firewall and internet is internet, right? It is the LAN in the trust zone. So I source zone is address. It means the outside in the internet can access to access the SSL VPN to my firewall, and firewall is the local. Okay, local address. trust. Here is an trust or a DMZ zone. Okay. Okay. Here is untrust to local admin. You can access the untrust to the local after you connect it. You can ping only the gateway of the firewall, but you cannot access to the internal intranet host. So we need to add one more zone. You can select a multiple. You can already select it. Just me. Okay. Okay. So trust one more and click OK. And click after you review your configuration and everything is fine, you can action is permit and OK. Okay, I'm not config because I have already config this policy as I show you here. Untrust to the local, untrust to the trust. Okay, and action permit and click OK. So now it's the time that the more connect to